Well, we keep saying in Saban we trust, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no doubt he's going to go down as one of the greatest to ever do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? No
yeah.
doubt.
Mm-hmm.
However, Texas has no problem at the quarterback spot.
No, they got Ewers. And got somebody else in there, too.
Arch Manning. And
I forgot about him.
Arch looked pretty good. I mean, he just come out of high school. Okay.
Did he look good?
I mean, he's okay.
Yeah.
He didn't throw. He threw a lot of screens, handed the ball off.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to pour it on him. I mean, the kid just graduated high school.
Right.
But
in January, right?
The head of him reviewing the game in his head as he sees the defense, I think he's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's smart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to matter, and he can take off with it. And he's a little bigger. He looked a little bigger than what I thought he was going to be. He looked a little taller, a little bigger. So those are promising things for Texas. And with this being Sark's third year,
mm-hmm.
he feels like this is his team,
mm-hmm.
really.
Right.
He's put this team together.
He's recruited them.
This is his class.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for Texas to have a nice turnaround before they enter the SEC next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's their last season there. This will be the last season, the 14 playoff.
Yeah.
We'll see 12-team playoff. We're going to see a big schedule change. So this will be the last year, guys, for kind of normal football. It's fixing to change a lot.
Fixing to change a lot. And then you got the 12-team playoff, which I think will be interesting and easier. It'll do away with a lot of arguments. Who's going to argue that why are we 13? We should be 12.
I know.
I mean,
yeah,
it'll happen.
Case for it.
But
some more spring stuff. Defensively, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
In a spring game, most of the time, these other 57 games I watched of spring.
Yeah.
Most time defenses they hit the ground running because it's see ball, find ball, hit ball.
Right.
Okay.
Offenses ain't fine-tuned
You're
yet.
trying to still go through the book and,
mm-hmm.
well, I thought I cut that route off early. No, it's a Z. We didn't when we run a 41. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those things will come along, but Texas defense didn't look real good.
Really?
I think they're going to probably be able to score on a lot of people. And wide receiver from Georgia, A.D. Mitchell.
Oh, he's good.
He looked fine. He's going to fit in out there with Sark just fine.
And I wonder why he left, but I think he left because that's his home, is it not?
Yes, he's from out there.
Yeah.
Now, moving just down the road a little bit, the Horned Frogs, returning
mm-hmm.
from last year from the National Championship game where they got completely embarrassed.
Yes.
They're going to have some new faces around. I don't see them being quite as good. They'll still be I'm sure they're going to win 10 games.
Got a couple Alabama guys on offense, don't they?
Sanders, your running back.
Yeah, Trey Sanders.
He looked really good.
Yeah, he battled some injury, but filled in good that year. Georgia beat him in the national championship. But him and was it Brian Robinson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought he did good. He filled in that. He kind of got booted out last year. Not booted out, but
he got hurt.
At
a bad time. He has a bad timing with injuries.
McClellan come on there pretty good.
Staying out of conference, Clemson, Dabo.
Yeah, you said Thomas looked great, huh?
I don't know how Dominique is not, and we're a little biased. Dominique Thomas played over here at Ohatchee. I met him and talked to him a lot up there at the Piedmont 5 game that night. Great kid, and just trying to keep him to be positive. Got to know him that night. Super nice kid, and he's a man now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Guys, he's muscled up. Go back and you can YouTube it. Watch Clemson spring game. He's number 20. Dominique Thomas.
Well,
he looked great, and Klubnik, the quarterback, he's going to be fine.
Be
he's going to fill in. They're going to be okay. Clemson for the ACC, and you got another ACC team in a minute you're going to get into.
Right.
These teams are going to meet up, and it's going to be very interesting. Also out of region, Ohio State, McCord, the quarterback.
McCord. I was going to ask you one question before you moved on to Ohio State. Do you think Thomas could get up there and get reps with Shipley and this other guy?
I don't know why not.
Because I know the one from Cedartown transferred to Virginia. But, obviously Shipley's the man.
I don't see no letdown, man.
Right.
Dominique looks good.
He's really come on. We stood on the sideline.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. And he lost so much, man. If you're talking about a person, he lost his family, half his family.
Oh, I know.
In the tornado and the storms up there on the mountain that year.
Yeah, motivated him.
Man, he is. I pray for the kid, and Lord,
So that would be good.
Let him play more.
Yeah.
Man, he's good.
Well, it sounds like
He's jumping and cutting. Dabo was on the headphones bragging on him, saying he's here every day. He's like Mr. Work Ethic. This guy's here. Dominic's here all the time.
What I'm hoping for, Shipley does everything for them. He runs back kickoffs. I think they got him back on punts. They throw to him. Maybe at least Thomas can be a kick returner.
I would let him share some runs and take some pressure off of Shipley and let him do some punt returning. Or let him share.
Oh, Shipley's just all over the place.
You don't know, man, till you try. Put Dominic back there to take a punt return. Yeah, he's good, man.
I'd say maybe at least he'll learn that kickoff return spot.
I think he's good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do great.
I'm sorry about that. You was talking about Ohio State.
Yeah. Guys, we talked about McCord.
Yeah.
We broke him down to some other guys they got coming, and that guy just mentioned Lincoln Cleanholtz.
Yes.
13,000 yards passing.
That's a few.
That's more yards than
T.J. Hill and them's got on the
him and Chad together.
T.J. Tim Harton.
Now, of course, you guess who their receiver is. Well, you already know.
Oh, Harrison and Nick Buka.
And remember who?
Oh God,
who
good.
Connected in high school?
Oh yes, he threw to it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Out in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
That's where it was, New Jersey. Yeah. You talked about him before.
He's good. And throwing to Harrison again, I don't look, man. I look up front and I know it's spring. And spring is just see ball, hit ball. I've done said it. Don't put all your eggs in the basket. Don't brag on the quarterbacks too much, or don't take a lot away from them if they don't look great. It's a spring game.
It's just spring.
It's basically a glorioused practice.
Kind of like summer basketball.
Yeah, for the fans to come and sit in and watch and have a hot dog and watch your favorite player, or then the parents to come that can't come during the season. They can come see their kids. And mostly what spring football is for is for that guy like Dominique that's just fighting his way at practice, and the coaches are liking him, get him some reps and get him to play a lot, and they can say, you know what? We got to work him in somewhere, coach. To create a conversation in the coaches' meetings. That's what spring football is really for. To see your guys and let the linemen push on each other and really be in a live game like
Well, you don't want them to have too much time off without hitting.
No. This line for Ohio State, they look good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They look like an SEC front.
Well, their backs are great. They got both of them
so
back.
They didn't get to play. They didn't play.
Right.
Good guys. And so
did Nick Buka and Harrison play?
Harrison did.
They got two of the top 5 receivers in the country. And probably 2 of the top 20 running backs. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know I say this every year. On paper, they look like a definite playoff
Ohio
team.
State's they're a playoff team.
I think
in a 14 playoff for sure. In a 12 team, absolutely.
Oh, gosh, yeah, easy.
And I talked about Michigan last week. Broke down a big pile on them.
They'll be good.
JJ's great. They're going to be good. You may see a lot of these. The 14 playoff may be about the same minus TCU.
I don't think TCU.
They'll be the X, the variable, and for you math people, the variable will be USC,
maybe
Oregon. I'm telling you, Pac-12's they're going to put a team in this thing.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. Or this team you're fixing to.
Yeah.
They could be the
just based on evidence.
Yes. Yeah. So Ohio State looked good. McCord and Harrison, they're going to hook up to the year. I think, I don't want to be too forward thinking. If they don't get it done, man, pretty soon.
Yeah, they're going to be like, I'm not saying they'll get fired, but they're going to be like, why aren't you winning it?
They're going to start questioning.
Time to win a championship.
You've lost to Michigan. I think Michigan beats them again this year. I'm sorry, Jim.
They go back to the horseshoe.
I'm sorry. Ryan Day can't coach college football games. There's too many mistakes. I told Jeff this earlier. I'm sorry. I think Michigan gets them again. And if they do, that's going to put a big harness around the necks of Ryan Day for them to really be thinking like, we're trying to run with this horse, and we're going to have to bridle you up here. And I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud.
Yeah, I mean, at some point there, they're going. I'm afraid some would be like, you're doing great, but it's time to get it done.
We want a trophy in the case.
Yeah.
And out of conference, one more game here, and I'll go to some SEC ones. Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, how'd they look?
I think they're going to be pretty good.
Better.
They're going to be in that conference with this other team you're going to bring up, and that's going to be a slam jam game. Van Dyke, look, as advertised, he's experienced. Seemed like he's been there 10 years. And the Ole Miss running back transfer, Parrish.
Oh, man, that's big.
Of
course, they got Judkins. Ole Miss, so they don't need another. I mean, that's all you need.
Boy, he looked good
for Ole Miss.
Yeah, and Sanders. We'll get into conference play with that. Miami looked pretty good.
Miami did.
They're going to be okay. They'll win some games. They're going to be better than Florida.
They got Parrish.
They're going to be better than Florida Gators. Sorry, Gator fans.
Yeah,
Miami's going to beat you this year. Florida look, but with Ole Miss, watch them. Lane's down the field the whole time. He's trying to keep things going, keep together. Dart looked about like he usually does. They didn't throw a lot of real plays. Him and Sanders run the ball a little bit. They take off with it. They can. Sanders hit the plays I guess you would think he would hit. Overly wow. Not really. I mean, he seems a little bigger, and it seems like he reads the quicks. He seemed like he may read something quicker than Dart. Maybe.
Well, maybe what he's done here is if there's an injury, look, we got a guy started 4 years. Either way, hey, Sanders gets hurt, we'll just roll Dart in. Dart, we'll just roll Sanders in.
Yeah. It's
pretty smart.
Yeah, I mean,
if you can get the kid into it, and obviously he did.
It's good to have extra. I mean, have extra.
I got the two. Definitely best quarterback combo in the country, I would think.
Besides the next team, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, they do have a good quarterback.
Milton and Nico Ambalave.
We don't know.
Ambalave.
I have no clue.
I'm going to go with that.
No clue.
Until somebody corrects me.
We'll have to watch a show to get to have them pronounce it.
That's what I heard them say.
What'd they say?
Ambalave.
Ambalave.
Mm-hmm. Nico, he wore number 12 jersey. He's young. He's going to be really good. He's got all the athletic abilities. I'm just not sure. He's not ready to start.
And he's not going to start. Milton's spot.
He won't take Milton's spot. Milton's going to be a guy.
Right.
But defensively, I didn't see this from all the spring teams, and I'm just being honest, with these four I saw, Tennessee defense was flooding the ball.
Really? Swarming.
They were getting after it. Their offensive line, they were pushing them back. They were moving the pocket around. Milton wasn't comfortable all the time, and Nico, but the Guest and Moore.
Yeah, you said he looked real good.
He looked better to me than the other two kind of did.
Right,
I don't know if it's the play calling, how they designed to let him kind of play and throw the ball. So Tennessee, they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think they have a good team.
Oregon plays the 29th and Oregon State the 22nd for their spring games, and I will check in with them.
Oregon State's supposed to be good.
When it's time, I'll break down them. Vanderbilt, new coach. He's got them believing, and if they win 6-7 games, if he wins 7 or 8 games, he'll never lose his job.
No, God, for Vandy?
Yeah,
no, never. He may actually get SEC Coach of the Year like Franklin did.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Now they played that funky spring football like Auburn did, and
when you talking about where they give the
I don't know
defense 24-0.
Yeah, they did that. I can understand Vanderbilt doing it. Auburn's doing it, and I'm gonna get in them in a minute. God, man.
I don't like the format, but I mean they may fit what they're trying to do better.
Well, they don't have the dudes, but it's okay for Vanderbilt. But for Auburn, that just tells you how bad it is. How bad Harsin, the Gus did nothing his last year. Harsin didn't get no recruits, we know. Now they're just kind of starting to squeak in. Congratulations to Jeremiah Cobb, Montgomery. He's going to be at Auburn. In fact, he signed to be at Auburn also. So they got 2 stud running backs from the state of Alabama.
Cobb went there too.
Yes, so he signed back early last year.
Oh yeah, from Montgomery Catholic.
Yes, Fat too from Andalusia.
Yeah,
Matt Burnett. He's going to be there. So Vanderbilt. Taylor, the little quarterback, he had a good SEC media day. Enjoyed covering him. I did some coverage on that when it came out. He's smart, understands the game. Him and the coach have a good rapport together. I think he's going to be fine. DeRicky Wright.
Yeah, from Etowah or Gas City.
Right, Gas City guy, linebacker. He had a pick 6.
He's come on.
A lot of tackles. And even had some hurries on the quarterback. So,
he ended up a lot of tackles last year. He's full-time starter.
DeRicky's he's a full-time player there. He's done a good job. I'm proud of it.
And no, they can't play with Georgia or Alabama. or Tennessee, but they're coming on.
Yes. And with players like DeRicci,
They're coming on. They beat Kentucky last year.
Yeah. He's got some dog in him. You know, a lot of them players do. I don't want to make. I told Zach I wouldn't do it.
What?
I don't want to make a prediction.
You think they're going to win it? Well,
yeah, but they got somebody coming to play them. This team.
Mm-hmm.
On schedule, Auburn will play up at Vanderbilt. Now their running back, he was really all I could really brag about for those spring games.
Big. Well,
he's going to be.
See, we thought he was out. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to get off this, but the April Fool's joke is funny. So and so's out for the year. Ha ha. I mean, it's not funny.
We had seen that where he'd had a knee injury and he was out for the whole season.
I mean, let's get back to some humor. But go ahead. He's right spot.
Yes, what's up? Good to see you on here. Yes, football. We're talking about some games here, Mason. I've been through a couple out of conference. Vandy, thought they looked pretty good. And Tennessee, you guys up Tennessee, just talked about them. Mm-hmm. Nico Ambalave is going to be okay. He's young. But Gaston I thought Gaston did a good job. And the freshman tailback, Cam Sheldon, number 23.
Mm-hmm.
Money. Tennessee got some running. They can throw the ball. They look good up front. They were warming to the ball on defense. They were one of the most surprising teams to the spring game.
Wow.
I mean, out of all these, I talked about Vanderbilt. Now we're going to talk about Auburn a little bit.
You just wasn't overly. They got a long way to go.
It's bad. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying, Auburn fans, you know what you got. Auburn fans.
I wonder how many they had come in on the transfer portal.
Todd, they ain't got no players.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
So there's not a lot you can do as a track champ.
And all portal players do, Coach Sanders said this best, they plug holes on a ship, and they can help you float a ship along.
They can.
But can you maintain and be a battleship, put it up in the harbor, and come out to battle with it? They're not still rivets at how you put a ship together. Now, this is me saying this. They're not still rivets you put a ship together. They're patches. When a big battleship gets a hole put in, I watched the thing on the other day, Alaskan, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They put these patches on there, steel, and they weld them up.
Right.
And it works, but it's not the original.
Right. Well, you showed me the schedule, and I said 8-4. They're going to have to pull upsets to go 8-4.
If Auburn wins 7 games, I think they should be fine. I think the fans shouldn't gripe.
No. From their schedule, you've got. I thought 8-4 would be. I would be ecstatic.
They better throw a party for Hugh Freeze. If he wins 8 football games with that squad he's got down there, these are a lot of junior college transfers. Yes, I do. I like Nico too.
Well, I was it. See, they just don't have a lot of big name players, do they?
I'm telling you, man, this Auburn and Florida spring game was
about like theirs.
It's bad. Yeah. They don't have no talent. I'm just saying.
Compared to Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State.
And Alabama's not pouring off the screen at me.
Right. Not right
it's
now.
Not.
Right.
They don't even know who their linemen are right now. You better get it figured out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Auburn spring game,
just wasn't. Well, who did? I mean, is it Hunter and what's their quarterback's name? Ashford. He's back.
He's terrible.
But he's not a great quarterback.
All he does is run. He hit a few passes. But who can't hit a little wheel route or a bubble screen?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, he'll hit some plays down the field some because he's not completely mental.
Right.
But he's not Nico.
Right.
He is not.
He's
Quinn Ewers.
Right.
He's not Bo Nix.
Yeah.
He's way down on that list.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even a Milton. He may be a Monroe. Monroe hadn't impressed me. Sorry, Alabama. Find out this weekend.
Yeah, we will. So you're looking at a 6-6 maybe.
They just ain't got nobody.
Yeah.
But and that's Gus's fault. Y'all can go, Auburn fans, go kick Gus in the teeth when you see him. And Harsin did nothing.
Yeah.
They just didn't recruit nobody.
Right.
They had no players.
Yeah.
Now they're getting some now. I'm on Twitter. Follow me at Big Matt.
It's going to take time, though.
At Big Matt 1977. Find me on Twitter. I share stuff constantly about kids coming out of high school where they're going to college. This is where it's at. It's on Twitter. If you want to know that kind of stuff, that's where it's at.
Well,
And Auburn they're picking them up. They got a lineman from Georgia. They had a kid that decommitted from Georgia to move over. And, of course, 2 tailbacks I told you about. They got to get a quarterback.
How many 5-stars play for Auburn?
I don't think they got one.
One.
I think.
Now, how many's Alabama got?
Well, this past year,
a dozen?
7 or 8. It's the best class they've ever had. One of the best classes ever recruited.
And Auburn's got 1.
Yeah.
And obviously Vanderbilt doesn't have any.
No. But stars, now you know how about stars.
Yeah.
Because I study this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mean nothing.
Not really.
Because Arch Manny's not a 5-star quarterback. I don't care how you tell her. What
4.
you want to tell me.
He's a 4, right?
He's a solid 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's his name that gives him that other start. Is he good? Yes. Can he throw the ball? Yes. He can run. He can avoid coverage. He's smart. He's a Manning. His daddy, his uncles were some of the best to play the game.
Yeah.
You don't think this kid can't break down a play?
Yes. He's going to start on the D1 football team.
Yes.
Right.
But he's not.
You don't think he's going to win a Heisman Trophy,
No.
though? Yeah.
He may surprise me. He may blow out senior year, and Steve Sark may kill it. He may dial him up on stuff. I don't
have
know.
a hard time starting over yours.
But they better put some people around him. Now, with Auburn and moving on from them, they're just going to get some players. Auburn needs a quarterback, and I've been saying it for a year. I don't like Ashford. I just don't think he's that good.
Right.
It's just not
He
quality.
may have a breakout year. We don't know.
He can't do it. He can't. It's like trying to make a 10-speed bicycle out of a little BMX. It's not going to happen. Georgia, we'll talk about them last on this spring star standing out. Slot receiver, Muse. That little short guy took the punt back.
Yes. Oh, man. He was awesome.
He had 2 like that. He's awesome. Also, new quarterback, new running back, new offensive linemen. I don't, the changeover on the pace from the vocal leadership, from Kiki and them not being there no more.
Mm-hmm.
Carter, that big. Georgia's got some spots to fill.
You don't think, and you haven't told me this, but you don't think there's much of a chance for a 3-peat, do you?
No, not at all.
I got to say I don't either. Sorry, Mike. Well, their schedule's very favorable.
They're going to walk to the playoffs, but when they run into Michigan, Ohio State, or that X factor, Florida State, USC, some unknown that we're going to see come in this year, Oklahoma's got to be better. If he don't turn that defense around, they're going to have to be better too.
Well,
Well,
you still got Bowers and McConkey in that area, and Smith. You said he looked very good.
Bowers is good. Smith did look. I think he's going to be a super addition. And McConkey's still going to be him. They're going to have their guys, but here's the thing with Georgia: you don't need that. You don't need a super quarterback because Staquinas was not a superior quarterback, and I just read earlier today that some NFL teams are not.
I thought he ended up doing well.
He may go undrafted.
Right. No, I don't shock me.
Some NFL guys are worried about his off the field. He's got into something else.
Oh, Lord. Is he drinking too much?
I guess. I'm not judging you, Staquinas, because I did the same thing when I was your age. Well, I don't know. He's about 32. I'd done quit by then.
Yeah. I quit when I was 23. How old is he? 24, 25?
Yeah. I'd done give all that stuff up by then. But
yes,
with Georgia's offense and how they play, they play defense, they run the ball.
Right.
That stuff you seen at spring is just spring. It's just for the fans to holler, whoa, what a nice throw down the field by Carson Beck. I thought he was okay. Vandergriff looked a little lost. It's his 4th year there.
I thought he would transfer. I really did.
How can you be kind of lost? And then, too, Beck is his 3rd year, right, or 4th.
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
They've had to sit behind.
My point is,
been it for a while.
Like, these are not freshmen.
No.
They shouldn't look kind of wonky. Mm-hmm. They look like wonky, like Nico did at Tennessee,
right? Or
like Arch Manning did at Texas. You kind of just look at it and go, well,
how did Stockton look?
God gracious, same way.
Yeah.
I don't know how he even got on the team.
Yeah.
But when you have kids come from other schools like JT did, they're ready year 1. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to do a common denominator, and I'm not trying to get on this rabbit hole, and I'm going to move on from this. It don't seem like to me that our Southern coaches around here can find a good quarterback coach. And if Georgia thinks it's going to be hard and they cannot develop a quarterback, Gus Malzahn could not develop a quarterback. That's
right.
point one.
Right.
And it's looking like Kirby can't neither.
Possibly, yeah.
4 years, and you got a guy looking around, like looks down on the ground where he's running to. He won't keep his head down the field. You know what I'm saying? There's mechanics of the position, and I don't. There's no quarterback whispers over here. They're all like it's like Lincoln Riley, and we'll talk about Kingsbury coming to join him again. So we'll break that down too.
Got two good quarterback coaches out there.
But they better play defense. It don't matter.
Right.
It matter if you score 52 if you give up 60.
Yeah. Lost to Utah and give up 43.
Yeah. So Georgia, and with Bobo being there too up there in the box, that makes it worse. They just but their schedule's so easy.
They don't have 3 I may eat those words, but I don't see it unless somebody just breaks out.
No Bama, no LSU.
Right.
Tennessee. That's it.
Tennessee, and you said Florida's not. South Carolina's supposed to be pretty good.
Their spring game looked pretty good.
Kentucky will be okay. But
that wins 7 or 8 games.
I don't think they can play with Georgia.
No, it's got better athletes.
Yeah.
And they just play their system. Kirby's doing what they done at Bama. Play the system, a decent quarterback, move the ball down the field a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Play defense. Keep the football.
Right. So you're saying possibly he might not be trying to over... The quarterback's not their main focus.
No. It wasn't at Alabama, was it? I mean, how many yards did McCarron throw for? 10,000? His career there?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Probably close.
Yeah. So
it's not 52 touchdowns.
It's not going to be the number Caleb Williams has.
Which is not 52. He started 3 years. That's 7 years.
Yeah. It's not going to be Caleb Williams' numbers.
No. He's already thrown for 8.
And he may be looking at it. If he has another good season,
may win the Heisman again.
Yeah, because that kid,
which they will. We decided they will. It don't look like they're going to give anybody the Heisman twice. They might as well. I wouldn't mind if they come out and said, "You can only win this once, guys."
The Branch kid,
but
at USC, the receiver.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got some good receivers. Yeah. Great receivers.
So Georgia, that's kind of check mark for them. Bowers is going to be good. McConkey's going to get his. Carson Beck's going to start. Brandon Griff looked lost. He's a 4-year guy. I don't. They just don't. They're not developing quarterbacks. And I'm not just picking on Georgia. I don't think Alabama does. Obviously, when you get kids like Bryce Young that are once in a 10-year kind of guy,
right?
He don't need a lot of training.
No, he was pretty good.
Without him, Bama loses
4 last
3
year.
or 4.
8-4, 9-3 maybe.
And
we'll find out this year.
And we will. And it could go that way because LSU is no joke.
No, they're definitely.
And if you don't talk about a team that's going to probably win, they may win the West again. Who am I
I'm going to go out on a limb here, guys, and don't hang me for this. I'm going to say they'll be favored to win the West.
I don't know why not.
I don't think Alabama will be favored to win the West.
I don't either. No quarterback. I don't know who's running the ball down there now.
Well, McClellan and
I don't like him.
But
I
mean, he was the backup.
Yeah, I mean, he don't spark me for anything. He don't.
Roy Dale Williams.
I don't look at him and go, "Dang, did you see him run the ball? Wow, man! I mean, he's like Mark Ingram II. No.
Now Alabama does have good receivers, but you got to find the quarterback to get it to him. No, I think LSU will be favored and Georgia will be favored, obviously, to win the East.
Tennessee, if they can beat Georgia at Tennessee, you may say LSU, early pick, LSU plays Tennessee for the SEC for the last year because it's probably going to change now. That's the rumor. When Texas and Oklahoma come, they're just going to do a long format, and the best 2 teams out of those, who will be play for the SEC title? It may be Georgia and Florida.
Let's just be realists for a minute and let's quit lying to ourselves. How can you put Alabama over LSU preseason without LSU having the best quarterback in the conference preseason?
Yeah, he's back.
Alabama not really knowing who their quarterback's going to be.
And our offensive line is shaky. It was shaky last year. Now we don't even know who you're going to have.
They've got good receivers, but so does LSU. Defense about the same. How do you not?
Who's going to beat LSU? Ole Miss. You got a quarterback going on. They're going to play Auburn. They're going to have to go to Auburn.
I don't think
Auburn's got a bunch of JUCO players, and Hugh's just trying to, make something happen, and they'll win. So I don't
see. I mean, I don't care what position you're in. If ESPN hires us tomorrow, I'm picking LSU to win the West.
Mississippi State, what are they going to do?
I don't know much about Mississippi State.
We'll look into them.
I do not. I've not studied them much.
As summer goes on, we'll be doing more college, because that's all we'll be doing.
But, they're never bad. But they're going to play a different style. They're not, rest his soul. Yeah. He's gone.
The pirate, man. He's
I would say they won't be doing.
Pirate ship in the sky.
I'd say they wouldn't be doing that anymore.
No, that run and shoot stuff.
It's over with.
He invented with what's the name from Kentucky?
Mummy.
Yeah. So LSU, possible West. Georgia probably should win the East again because, there's nobody's going to.
I think Alabama will challenge LSU, but I'm just saying what the preseason. I'm not saying LSU's going to win it. Well, yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah.
My preseason pick would be that. And then we'll see as the season goes on. Sometimes teams don't live up to their billing.
Change my mind, somebody. Texas A&M. Jeff said A&M.
I don't doubt that.
I need to watch them. That's what
I don't know.
I didn't watch. I need to know more because they lost a lot of transfers out last year, but they still they're loaded, man. They are loaded, and they.
See, I didn't realize that.
And they got what's his name's there calling offense now?
Who?
A&M.
Okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Petrino.
Yes.
So
I couldn't think of his name for a second there. Bobby.
I don't know. I think Missouri's not going to be too terrible.
Arkansas won't be bad.
No, I missed their spring game. I got it on the thing to watch. I was going to watch it. That's what I missed today. I wanted to see them. And I see people talk about highlights on the podcast. Seen Greg McElroy spoke well. The Arkansas looked pretty good.
So at first glance, as far as SEC goes, two teams that are not supposed to be very good would be Florida and Auburn. They may be the next year, but this year coming up. And we've not heard much about Mississippi State. And you think Vanderbilt's going to be better. Missouri, maybe the same. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
And then we'll dig into some Nebraska, and we'll start doing that for the summer. We'll talk more about them. They got a new coach and some new players. They flipped some players.
Flipped a lot.
So the portal's been good to them. And Colorado, we'll get into Colorado. Trust me, their spring game this weekend.
Their schedule's
sold out. 40,000 people.
Now, they do not have an easy schedule.
Coach Prime is filled it up out there.
Yeah,
I hope he has a good season.
I don't doubt that.
So, we do have another ACC team that could qualify. I did mention them early. They may be the outlier. Bama gets in there and fools around. It's going to be like